before the setup, before the uploads, before chasing reach. We need to talk about the real problem. Most podcasters don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they're trying to build without a system. That's why I create the podcast host system. Not a service, not a course. It's a repeatable system built for independent hosts who want consistency, visibility, and momentum. Here's the difference with Thorn City. We don't just help you launch a podcast. We help you build infrastructure. Whether it's DIY, DWI, or DFY, this system turns your podcast into a repeatable engine, not a weekly struggle. This is the podcast host system, built for independent creators, designed for longevity. I did what I had to do, and so should you. The Thorn City Spotlight Show isn't just conversations. It's a platform for entrepreneurs, creators, and community builders who are building something real and need the infrastructure to match. Every episode is a spotlight, every story is a system lesson, and every guest leaves more discoverable than when they arrived. Because visibility isn't about fame, it's about focus. This is the Thorn City Spotlight Show. Be seen, be heard, be remembered.
We coming to you live from the dungeon now. From an undisclosed location. The GMP podcast studio is now closed. Officially closed on Burnside. The business ain't closed. Just the building is closed. I'm turning my focus back to me. Thorn City Syndicate Management. Got away from it as I was growing and helping build the GMP brand. Still working behind the scenes, but now it's all about your boy in the Thorn City Syndicate, the management agency, the Spotlight Show. I'm stepping into the producer and videographer and audio tech, doing it all now. I got all my tools here and I'm doing it all myself. It's been fun learning this side of everything. So I need y'all to smash that like button, drop a comment, tap in on the tap in like my guy Seasoning will say. Make sure y'all tune in on Thursday nights for the What I Think Was Seasoning podcast. But yeah, tap in on the tap in, tell a friend to tell a friend, and make sure y'all support and subscribe to the Thorn City Spotlight YouTube channel. Check the website, www.thorncitysyndicate.com. Fill out the form and get your free digital report card and see what your online visibility looks like. The visibility tip of the week is something new I'm going to be adding into the show here. Visibility grows from consistency, not just creativity. So that's something I'm working on myself, is being more consistent and just being visible. Because if you ain't being seen, then you can't be seen. And the people that can't help you out. The new focus of the Thorn City Syndicate Management, it's about visibility and transformation. So that's where we at with it. So I want to shine the spotlight not just on business, but on my transformation in business. The fun begins now. I just completed the CBI School of Success business program. Shout out to my guy Jamal Lane over there and his wife Christina Lane. It was a good program. I didn't know I was the first one to go through it. Now I got a vision I can actually execute on. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm working on going from being overwhelmed to having a clear mind on what it takes to grow. And so CBI gave me the tools that I can use immediately. Financial strategies, pitch decks, they say all real world stuff that I can actually use and implement today. The biggest thing I took away from the program was probably clarity on a bunch of different levels, but just having a clear mind, clear thoughts, clear vision, what I want to do next. And that's going to really help and give my business the legs it needs to grow. If you're serious about building a business, CBI is more than a program. It's a blueprint. It gives you the playbook, the coaching, and the accountability to really make it happen. I really appreciate those guys over there. Man, so what's next? The podcast host system. There's going to be a DIY version, a do-it-yourself version. There's going to be a done-for-you version, a DFY, and then there'll be DWY, the done with you. That's the coaching. So the first test subject will be yours truly, your boy, the Thorn City podcast guy. I figure it out on me. I'm the first client always, since this is what I do. Since I actually do, the customers I serve is one of those type of people. So we're going to figure it out on me. That's always a good way to test your stuff out on yourself. Visibility in action, man. How to be seen, be heard, and be remembered. Like I said, getting some coaching and teaching. The creative vendor networking marketplace, that's another piece of the visibility network I'm working on. So marketing is about promotion, running ads, posting content, and spreading the word about your product or service. That's just only one piece of the puzzle. The visibility goes deeper. It's about consistently being seen and heard and remembered in the right spaces by the right people in ways that build trust with the people you're looking to help. Builds trust, credibility. And so the visibility includes presence, showing up where your audience is already, whether that's podcasts, digital platforms, or events. You got to show up and be a presence. So that's something else I'm working on. As I get my stuff dialed in, I'll be stepping out and showing up and popping up. I think now that I got my own setup and I can do it all myself, I'm going to do some pop-ups myself where I just pop up. Before, I had to get a budget to be able to pay the whole team to show up and pop up, but it's just going to be me now. So I'll do the popping up. You got to position yourself, be seen as an authority, not just another option. I think the last 5 years at the GMP Podcast Studio allowed me to learn a lot about podcasting. I think I built some authority in that field. And so that's why that's going to be my focus. And podcast hosts, entrepreneurial podcast hosts, to be specific, is going to be my niche. That's always something else I had a problem with, is niching down. So I got my niche now, helped going through the CBI program with the clarity and vision on what I wanted to do. Got the new branding on, as you can see, at the new Thorn City Syndicate Management logo. And then the other thing is partnerships, leveraging networks and collaborations. So that's all part of the creative vendor network marketplace, not only where you can find services, but you can sell your services as well. Marketing gets attention, but visibility builds connection, reputation, and long-term growth. So a few practical steps you can take today. Update your digital footprint. Google yourself and your business. Make sure your website, all your social profiles, all tell the same story and clearly say what you do. Claim your listings. Get on free directories like Google Business, Yelp, and niche industry platforms. This makes it easier to find and boost your credibility. So that is a service I will be offering, getting you on the listings. Like I said, if you go claim your free digital report card, it's going to give you a letter grade. I'm taking you back to first, second, third school, A, B, C, D, F. Those are the grades you're going to get. So go get your listing now. It's free. And it's on the website, thorncitysyndicate.com. Another one is repurpose one piece of content. Take something you already created, a blog, a post, a podcast, turn it into at least 2 or 3 new formats. You can create a LinkedIn post, an Instagram reel, and a short email. That's an easy way to repurpose your content. One piece don't just have to be for one platform and one space. It can go any and everywhere. So do that. Show up on someone else's stage. Pitch yourself to be a podcast guest. Do a joint Instagram live or write a guest post. Borrowing other people's audiences is one of the fastest visibility boosts. And so that is something I'm going to be focusing on as well. With the new Spotlight relaunch, I'm going to be doing a lot more remote interviews of guests who's all over the world who can help me in my journey and what I'm trying to do. And so if they can help me on my journey, then it can help you on your journey. Those are the type of guests I'm going to be looking for. Tell one story, not 10 facts. Instead of rattling off what you offer, share a short story about what you helped the customer do, solve the problem, or why you started your business. Stories stick, facts fade. And so that's one thing I've gotten better with as I started my podcast, is telling my story and sharing where I've been at and what I've been through and what I've been doing. And so I always say I wished I started it earlier, but hey, timing is everything. You started when you started, and better late than never. So I'm glad I'm started it 2023. So I'm a couple years in, I'm a couple seasons in. And so I'll touch on how I'm a launch and get off into the new season here in a little bit. I am going to be creating a podcast booking agency through a platform called Podmatch. It's something I signed up for. And so all my guests now, if you want to be a guest on the show, you are going to have to schedule through Podmatch. They do pay you a little bit, a couple of dollars. It's not a whole bunch of money, but it's something. And it add up the more you do it. But if you book your guest through Podmatch and you do your episode and put it out, they're going to pay you a couple dollars. So I'm going to start doing that. So now I have my booking agency called Podmatch, and I will be creating my own podcast booking agency to help others get guests. So that's part of the growth engine. It cross promotes with the Podmatch community where you're already be active at. And so it only makes sense. So the theory of business of visibility is turning into attention into income. Attention, visibility, growth, and revenue. That's the journey I'm on right now. Attention, visibility, growth, and revenue. So I'm positioning Thorn City as a visibility management agency. So the creative vendor network and marketplace will be a shared economy for growth. It's all about collaboration, affiliate splits, and a community powered business. So you can not only network, you might be able to find guests, but you can find services you might need, and you can offer your services that other people might need. The type of guests I'm going to be looking for are transformation leaders, basically. Not all, but those are the ones I'm looking, because I'm in the transformation phase right now for myself. And so people who's gone through big shifts in their business and life can inspire others. And so that's what I hope to do. And that's what I hope to find others to do for me and for you if you tapped in. So the creative vendor partners guests who aren't just storytellers, but potential marketplace vendors for Thorn City to help build the ecosystem and not just content. Like I said, you can't do it by yourself. I learned that over there at GMP, man. It was just me and my guy, man, for the whole time. I opened the door for other people. I gave people opportunities to take the bull and run by the horn with it, but they wanted help, and I couldn't help. I needed help. Man, you can't do it by yourself, so I'm going to be building up the community of people who want to help each other. And so that's what it's all about, the ecosystem, entrepreneurs and creators. That's who I'll be spotlighting for their journey and their offering. So what can you offer? I want to help you. How can you help me? The syndicate collaborators aren't just guests. They're potentially joining the syndicate, building a community and collaboration over one-off interviews. So the future of the spotlight is scaling the visibility network, getting into my local digital advertising. I'm finna finally launch it. And then, like I said, just growing the vendor marketplace. The podcast dreams, from delivery driver to dream chaser. I've been doing the gig work for about 10 years now, man. I was one of the first people around here. I'm going to go out on the limb and say I was the first Uber driver. I ain't going to say Lyft, because I signed up for Lyft late. I was already into the Uber, but I don't think nobody was doing Uber around here before me, because it wasn't even in Portland when I signed up for Uber. It was in Vancouver. I seen that something popped up and it said drive Uber, make $25 an hour or something. The gig work, man, I've done it all. I've done the Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Postmates, Amazon Flex. There's a couple other ones. I just started a new one. I ain't gonna mention it because I shouldn't have mentioned them, because I'm trying to let's see if I can get a sponsorship out of these people, man. If I start giving them some love. But there's a new one that I've been doing, and it's actually pretty cool. I like the service. It's pretty tight. So I'm the king of the gig work out here, but I got podcast dreams now, man. So I got to get out of from delivery driver to the dream chaser. I'm chasing my dreams, man. I've been chasing them, but I'm going to keep chasing them. Man, this has been fun, man. I'm really enjoying this solo stuff, man. I got a newfound clarity and vision on what I want to do and how I want to do it. And so now it's just a matter of putting the plan into action. Like I said at the beginning, man, I need y'all to subscribe on YouTube. My subscribers are down. Tap in on the tap in, like my guy Seasoning say. Make sure y'all tune into Thursday nights with what I think was seasoning. Me and my guy chopping it up. I need y'all to share, subscribe. Go on and hit that www.thorncitysyndicate.com. Get your free digital report card. Free. I repeat, it is free. But just, what do they call it? Transparency. That will be your first entry into my funnel. So get your free digital report card. See what your digital brand and your digital footprint looks like online. Get your grades. Back to the old school. A, B, C, D, E, or F. I think I had one F in my lifetime. Was it a D or a F? I think it was a D. No, I think it was F. I had one F in my lifetime. It might have been a D. And I had to go to summer school for history class because I had one of the worst teachers. It was right after lunch. If you was late 1 minute, he locked the door and you couldn't get in. So that was weak. But I got a few bad grades on my digital report card. This is the Thorn City Spotlight. It's the Be Seen, Be Heard, Be Remembered experience. You catch me next week, same time, same energy. It's powered by Thorn City Syndicate Management. It's where visibility meets transformation and transformation builds legacy. This is your platform, your voice. If you're ready to be seen, be heard, be remembered, let's talk. It's your boy Naeem Hall, man, the Thorn City podcast guy.
I appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of the Thorn City Spotlight Show, where we highlight entrepreneurs and creators who are putting in the work. Because visibility isn't about fame, it's about focus. Make sure y'all tap in on the tap in, tell a friend to tell a friend, subscribe, like, comment, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. And if you're building consistently but feeling stuck with clarity and growth, this next part's for you. I am Naeem Hall, the Thorn City podcast guy, and this is the Spotlight Show. Be seen, be heard, be remembered. If today's episode helped you, the system behind it might help you too. It's the Podcast Soul System. Visit thorncitysyndicate.com to get your free digital report card today.